Okay, so I'm an idiot. You can't touch YouTube when you're filming, evidently. Can't touch can't touch the camera. Can't touch anything now. So I don't know how many of you have made it over, if any of you have. Give you a moment to see if we can catch up. Jeez. All right. So if any of you find this, welcome back to the show. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Yeah, fun, 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 fun. Um, so let's see. Boots are different from evidently only the Asian version. So the Asian version is truly a different optioned figure in regards to boots and outfit. You notice that the stone is in the other two, as well as this one in my hand, around her, holding her outfit onto her body. Whereas the Asian version, it's just a ring holding it there. So again, this is the same body that came with this one. I guess I messed with that too much. I'm not going to be able to get that skull in there, and that's fine. I've already have one displayed holding the skull. So really, this is the exact same body as this Vampirella here. And it appears to be the same jewelry. So I think that's why I was holding off on it for so long. And this one actually came with two heads as well, but they aren't Caroline Monroe heads. So it's exactly the same figure as this one and $100 more, but you get the Caroline Monroe heads. So that's why I didn't see the reasoning or the need for it at that point, because I was like, well, I already have that exact figure. I have no idea who Caroline Monroe is, and they never made the movie. On top of that, so it was just a difficult buy in the first place, and so, but I decided to, I bit the bullet and got down. Jake, welcome. First one over. First one to figure out what the heck had happened. Glad to have you. So what's nice about this is, for the most part, if I remember correctly, this is either a 7 or a 17 body. Now, with the first two, with no nipples, it's definitely a unique body. But with these two, I'm almost positive it's a 17 or a 7. Let's see if I have either one of those. I think it's got a 7 in. Okay, it's not a 7 because the 7 is a pale, so it must be the 17. 17. So I'm going to open up this 17 here in comparison. I'm almost positive that it's the same figure. So with that in mind, if you wanted to put her in a red swimsuit or anything else with all the extra heads, you could do that as well. Willie, welcome. You made it. Yeah. So don't touch YouTube while you're filming or your camera. God. So let's check this 17. And I'm almost positive this is what it is. So with your extra Vampirella heads, you know, you can make your own Vampirella. Little difference. There's a little difference. A little difference. So it's not really a 17. Darn close, though. The Vampirella skin is a little more yellow, if that makes any sense. A little more suntan, if you will. But it's definitely the butt and the thighs and the back shoulder blades are a little more defined in the Vampirella. Shoulders appear to be the same width. No, the 17's a little thicker. And the breasts are just a bit smaller on the 17 than the Vampirella. The belly button is more defined in the Vampirella. So it's similar, but it is its own cast. So it's not exactly a 17. But it's a close enough one, you know, that you could, in a sense, use this figure as a Vampirella, should you desire. Close enough. It's not exact. There's some minor differences. Sometimes that minor difference is all it takes to make you not want to use the figure for that purpose. I understand that. So it does appear to have its own casting and own color skin. All right, so let's get ahead on this. Let's see, the earrings are these dangly gold ones. And I'll check see if the earrings are the same on the others as well. All right, same on the most recent Vampirella. SHCC, oh no, Asian version is adorning no earrings at all. So Asian version has no earrings in her ears. And like I pointed out, the Asian version is the most unique. She also has the only one that has these boots and this outfit. And SHCC, also same earrings. Let's see, which of the heads do I want to go with? So we have closed mouth and teeth showing. Let's look at these others and see if we have any teeth on any of them. Because if they don't, I'm gonna want to put the teeth on there. This is very thoughtful look. Something's going on in her mind. The Asian one just looks very beautiful. Just kind of a Silent smile. SHCC is just a little bit of teeth showing. She seems to be the most relaxed, just kind of chilling out. Like nothing's really bothering her. She's just existing. So I'm going to go with the full-on teeth. Full smile. I'm not going to do the skull. Let's get her jewelry on her. Let's go with the relaxed hands. Each of these ladies are holding something, and so I guess we'll put nothing in her hands. She can just stand with her relaxed hands. And who has an armlet on? Well, SHCC has it around her wrist. Let's put this one up around her bicep then. Let's put it on the other arm. Maybe. Maybe not. If I have a little piece of plastic I can wrap around that, see if I can get it up there tighter. Past this elbow, the elbow joint, stopping it. This may not do anything at all, or it might. Reminds me when I was watching a YouTube video one time on El Nino. You know, for years, it's all we heard. El Nino this, El Nino that, talking about the weather patterns of the planet. And so this YouTube video, this person was explaining what an El Nino was, why it was important to understand that we were in an El Nino season. And we were like in one for like forever, it seemed. Like 7 years, that's all I heard was El Nino, El Nino, El Nino. And at the end of the video, after he explained everything that El Nino does, he says, so in summary, when it's an El Nino year, maybe it'll rain, maybe it won't. So that, guys, makes me wonder, then why should I even care if it's an El Nino year in the first place? Either we're going to get rain or we won't. I'm not able to get this up here, and I don't feel like cutting it to get it past this, but I'm almost positive it's designed to go up on her bicep. Just can't get it past the elbow there. It's as far up as it goes. So I'll put it up that far and then put her bracelets on. But if I really wanted to, I suppose I could just cut it and wrap it around the arm. I don't know. Don't know if I really want to. You know what I mean? I just love these figures. They're just absolutely gorgeous. Um, I don't believe I've ever read a Vampire comic ever. And like I said, I have no idea who Caroline Munro is. But it's just a gorgeous figure, just a unique character, and it's just a fun, gorgeous figure. So that's why I have them. And let's put this thigh piece up. Since it's on the right leg of this one, let's put it on the left leg. Now the other ladies have one. And I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be on one leg over the other in the comics. I imagine that looking to see if there's a top or a bottom to this in regards to one end thicker than the other. So when I slid it up the first time, I slid it up in this manner, and it appeared that the bottom of it was flared out. So I'm gonna flip it over, see if there's any difference to it. Nah, it appears to be the same. And same thing though, I put that there, I don't know how many years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, and it's still staying right there. So it holds well with the figure. So here she is. Oh, let's get her a little straight on here. Get her hair out of her neck, out of her earrings. When they clamp the earring on, they've gathered a lock of hair. I will need my tweezers, as a matter of fact, to get the rest of that out of there. Oh, jeez, what was that? I need to take a vacation from everything just to tend to all of this. There we go. All right. See if we can get her earrings a little more predominantly shown in this figure. Go with that as a difference for her. Try to make each one of these a little unique, right? Nice thing on these is because I don't mess with them, they stand on their own nicely, actually. So there's Caroline Munro on the Vampire body. And these two are the same body. This is definitely a different body. I want to actually compare these two bodies. Okay, these appear to be the same body. and same skin tone. The Asian version, which was the first one, and SHCC, which was the second one, appear to be identical in body. Oh, come on now. You were just standing up all on your own just a few moments ago. Why don't you want to stand now? She's going to be trouble, aren't you? There we go. Don't move. So there you have her. Caroline Monroe. Vampirella. And I suppose if you're going to kit bash to one of the other movies that they said that she was in, I mean, with this other head, I guess that would be a way to do it. Don't know. Minimaker, let's see, your name is, oh my goodness. How you doing, man? Local Lou, welcome, welcome, welcome. You made it. We had a problem on the first load up as the camera was too far away. It may be too close now, but I'll take this too close better over the too far away, truthfully. So we just unboxed the Fison TB League Executive Replicas Dynamite Caroline Monroe Vampirella, based on the concept movie that should have been made in 1976 that never made it to production due to conflicts with Caroline Monroe. Got a bunch of figures today. Do you guys remember which figure it was that I used for the Joy? Do you guys remember? I don't. Might be this box over here. What is this? This is the M33, so that's Captain America. Maybe it's this one. S42. Was it the S42? I have a hard time believing it's the S42. That's a large bust. It doesn't make sense. Was she a large bust? Ah. No. I think it's this one. S33. S33. So I think it's the S35 was the one that I wanted, if I remember correctly, to make Joy, the demo Joy, if I remember correctly. I'm going to lay these ladies down. I don't want them falling all over each other. Put them in this box. 6, 7, 12, 20, 24, 26. Here we are, 35 and 38. I'm thinking the 38 is a new one. Where's my license sheet? Must be in the other room. I can't make it to the other room. We'll save this 38 for next time. I'm almost positive it's a new figure. One we haven't gone through before. And I forget now whether the A or the non-A is the one with the head. I think the A is the head. So let's open up the A. I know why my Fison sheet's in the other room, because I was ordering the Fisons that I didn't have in stock, so I can make sure to have one for any need that arises. Okay, so the 35 is the one that comes with the head. 35A comes with the latex bikini. Now these are nice. Again, don't mess with them. When you put them on your figure, leave the gosh darn things alone. They break off through being stretched. Very, 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 very fragile. These silicone, I said latex, silicone, these silicone bikinis. They're super neat, but they are very fragile. And I've broken the very first one that I had. I put it on a different figure, and it broke it. So don't play with it. If you decide, I mean, don't play with the figure. The bikini. Once you put it on, leave it alone. Or if you put it on, don't take it off. If you decide to use it, use it. Or if you don't. It's as simple as that. Otherwise, you're going to wish that you hadn't. The 35A, now that I think about it, comes with a striped one as well. So even though these are identical figures, it did accessorize them just a little bit differently. The A comes with a figure stand and a head, which the base one does not. So that's the advantage of getting the head, and you actually have a head should you ever need one for whatever purpose, for kit bashing or whatever. So you actually get a figure stand as well as the head to go along with the figure. Other than that, they're identical figures between the two of these. And I think it's an Asian head. Let's have a look at her. And like I said, the striped silicone bikini. They're really neat. They're really, really look good on the figure, but don't mess with it. You will break it. Very thin. Very thin indeed. They put a bubble wrap and a plastic wrap around her head. Okay, this is kind of cute. This head is. You have these two strands of hair that are separate from these double ponytails, I suppose you would say. So So they've bound that hair, and then they have a little pieces of strands there that are separate from that. It's a nice little head sculpt. Don't know if it's supposed to be anybody specifically. Just a nice looking Asian head. She has a defined vagina, and she doesn't appear to have longer legs than normal. Just appears to be normally lengthed legs. They made an anime version, Bison figure, TV League. Don't remember which one that was, but the legs are longer than the normal figures. I wouldn't say normal body, because it's not really shaped specifically like a human is. And then they've made a more natural looking body. The legs are a little shorter on them. So, but this is who we're going to use for Joy. Get this 35 put back away for the time being. How did this even go in there? There's no real place for it. It's gone sideways. And where's the papers? Ah, missing something here. Missing the cover. If I remember correctly, also, look at this. They have a smaller peg than other figures. Let me check. Yeah. So on some of them, you're going to have to check to make sure that the hands will be able to go on there if you're trying to use hands from like a Hot Toys figure in that regards. But she comes with 2 trigger fingers. Okay, so if you wanted to put a pistol in her hand, should be able to. 2 relaxed hands, and 2 sword holding hands. So in a sense, for basic purposes, you should still be able to put the accessories from whatever figure you happen to be kit bashing into her hands and not necessarily have to use the hands of the other figure. Now, the problem comes from gloved hands. So in those instances, and maybe I ought to go through and check all these Fisons, all these TB leagues, and see which ones have the larger or the smaller wrist pegs in regards to which ones will fit with which figures as far as that goes. So we chose this body because its sister body, I suppose would be the best way of putting it, um, fits mostly closely to what we need in regards to giving us the shape that Joy had in Blade Runner 2049 with the seamless feet, whereas the 33 had the jointed feet, the detachable feet, so we could put her boots on her. So essentially, these two figures are identical, seamless. I mean, yeah, seamless ankle and detachable foot. So seamless foot, detachable foot. Now, the detachable ones, 9 times out of 10, are going to stand up better than these. Essentially, what you have here is a flat bar that's on here. It doesn't go the entire length of the foot. If you can see that that's how far the bar is. There's not much to it. And we have toes so that we can keep ourselves balanced. And since there's no structure in that toe there, almost half of the foot doesn't have anything holding it onto it. They're difficult to stand on their own. They can be, but you're going to have to really finagle it in order to get it to do just that. Be careful moving these, because if you're not, you could end up poking the bar through the foot. It's very sharp. It's just a flat piece of metal with corners on it. So it could poke right through the foot. So you're going to want to be careful in that regards to moving the foot to display her the way that you wish to display her. Actually, let's look at the instructions, see if it says anything about that. When bending the lower arm inward, do it gently, not too much, please. The movement range cannot exceed what normal people could do. Do it with the same care when bending the shank backward, please. Don't keep the doll in any dynamic posture for a long time. We know this from experience. Change new postures every 2 days, please. 2 days. So if you're going to put your figures into an action pose, TB League suggests that you change it up every 2 days. So if that answers any questions in regards to how you're going to display your figure in an action pose, every 2 days you're going to want to change it up to keep it from breaking down by being put in that position too long. Any action that is beyond average human's bodily capacity should not be done to the doll. It might very likely result in damage to the doll's armature. Let's see. TB League, formerly known as Fison Limited PL, Seamless Body is the crystal of PL Team's collective painstaking effort in 3 years. With great passion, PL Team has conducted countless tests and finally made it. The body is anatomically correct, gives a fleshy, tactile impression, and can do a lot of actions that average real-life people can do. The internal armature is made from durable stainless steel and thus won't be easily damaged or corrupted, as 22 or 28 points of articulation / ball joints for the possible maximum flexibility, 22 for the 1/12 scale body, 28 for the 1/6 scale body. So if you're curious about that, and both of those are with detachable feet. With the ball joint design, you could use only slight force to make the doll to do many dynamic actions. The doll. Oh my God, I'm a doll collector. The armature then is wrapped in a non-toxic, environment-friendly, and medical-grade material that is specifically developed for TB League body. It delivers a fleshy, tactile impression. So I don't know whether it's TPE or silicon. We'd like to clarify that the body is not designed as a sex toy. This piece of PL Team's creativity is an artwork for the use of character design, cosplay, modeling, photography, painting, anatomy, or simply figure collection. TB League Seamless Body has enjoyed tremendous popularity around the world. Please read this manual carefully before using the product, please. We're not liable for any damages caused by improper handling and use of the product. TB League reserves the right of final explanation. And I don't know whether it's made of silicon or TBE. I don't know. So Joy demo is real simple. S35 and the head sculpt. And so this is from Blade Runner 2049. And I absolutely love the two Blade Runner movies. So many people just don't get it, and hey, that's fine. I get that you don't get it. I 100% get it. I 100% understand totally what the movie's about. And Joy, brings to it a whole another element of the, because the main question of the movie is, what is it to be human? What is the criteria that must be met in order for you to be human? Or, as Tyrell Foundation originally said, which later became the Wallace organization in 2049, more human than human? How is that possible? We can't even describe what being human is in the first place. And so you have the replicants, artificial intelligence, lifelike, robotic, if you will, individuals. And then we have Joy. She's a holographic projected character. She evidently is portraying emotions in the movie, which makes you wonder, were they programmed into her, or was she truly accessing human humanity out of it? Okay. The head doesn't snap in for some reason. Did we have that same problem with this head? No, it's definitely snapped in. Did I swap out the head piece? The neck? No, it doesn't appear that I did. You know what? This ball joint is smaller. They've gone with a smaller ball joint on the skeleton. It's interesting. Very interesting, actually. I'm going to check the wrists. Appear to be the same size. They've definitely gone with a smaller head joint on that. That's very interesting. Gosh, I wonder if that was on purpose or an accident. Let's unbox the other one with the head on it. When I just boxed back up. See what we got going on here. Okay, that's the same. So this is the one that just popped the head off of. Yeah. So what I'm going to tell you to do is, well, we can't do that. Maybe we can. Um, I'm going to take out this insert inside this 35. It appears that it might fit inside this one to make it fit. Now, used to be years ago on the TV League figures, you could take the heads apart and you actually had the eyes in there that you could move around. They had some blue sticky gum type material that you would put the heads back together on. Of the last several years, that's not been the case. They weren't designed to come apart and to move the eyes around. They're glued together. So this don't come off. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that piece out of there or not without destroying this head. Gosh. I don't want to do this. They've glued it in there. Um, I had to pull it apart further than I wanted to get to it. Use my needle nose pliers here. See if we can separate this where they glued it. Do 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 do. Performing surgery on your figures. Once you start, you're committed. No turning back. But I think if done carefully enough, this head could be used on a bigger ball jointed head. Sheesh. Let's see what we got going on here. I think what I'll do is I'll just cut that off where they glued it in. Should be able to cut it on the outside of this cylinder without damaging the cylinder so that we can use it in Joy's head. Maybe. Hopefully. Just putting little punctures in there and then trying to pull it apart. There we go. So there's the head without the neck joint in there. And obviously it'll fit right back on. Should fit onto this larger ball joint. After I glue it together. Or it may require a, it's going to require a neck insert for that. Now, if they make smaller ones, then I probably should have used that instead of cutting this up. That's all right. So what we have then, the back of that was where it was glued in, right there. And this is in the front. Joy has one of these with a similar thing. See if it can come out with the needle nose here. I don't know. Maybe they glued it in also. No. So that came straight out. Let's put it in here. See if it'll fit. No, too big. But now my thought was that the diameter opening of the Joy is large enough to accept this one that just came out of this Fison. So let's test that. And it is, actually. It surely is. So I didn't get it in all the way. I'm going to do a test fit on that first. I'm not going to like it, I guarantee you I'm not. I'm going to have to cut that piece off or shove it in there more. Yeah, no, that isn't going to work. I'm definitely going to have to shove that in more. Too much of a giraffe neck? So we'll get that taken care of right now. So it's deep enough to accept the entire length of this. So I'm just going to trim off this tab. And it's tight. It's tight in there. So I don't have any fear that once it's in there, that it's going to stay in there. I have a feeling it's going to stay in there pretty well. If you wanted to throw some glue up in there, that's an option to consider. It's definitely tight in there. I've pressed it in there virtually flush. Slide this back inside Joy's head. Very tight on there now. And now we have Joy. From Blade Runner 2049. And she is gorgeous. We're not going to get her to stand up on her own. So the figure stand that comes with the 35 has 4 attachment points on it. So you can place this in any one of those, dead center, left, right, however you wish. And then it comes with a crotch grabber or a waist or a thigh holder. And instead of it screwing on, it has a separated piece there. So as it goes down, it gets thicker. It's not designed for any weight. Okay. So you would place that as to however high you wish. So you could either use the crotch grabber or, and I have some clear plastic ones also, which I prefer to use on the bodies without any clothes on them. But you could put this around a thigh to hold it in place if you so desire, instead of having to put it around her waist. With the clear one, you wouldn't even see it. So it's another way of holding the figure, or around the waist. And you're going to want to go in sideways and then turn her inside of it. And that's how that'll hold. And the clear ones are even less invasive. So I get this is made by Jow Doll with the clear plastic one. It's articulated. So it's not quite as noticeable on the clear plastic. Put the black one on clothed outfits. So there you have it. Joy from Blade Runner 2049 and the demo Joy from Blade Runner 2049 with the seamless feet, which works. As far as I'm concerned. So what else going on with you guys? Anything else? Looks like we lost practically everybody when I screwed up the camera. So I'm glad you guys made it over. Good chatting with you. If you got anything else going on, do you want to talk about any of the shows like Loki or Black Widow? If you've seen those movies. Again, I recommend Black Widow. It's pretty good. I definitely recommend Loki. I have a feeling Loki is absolutely pivotal to the MCU. In regards to the movies, I have a feeling that the Loki television show on Disney Plus is really a huge issue in regards to what's happening with the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the years to come. I think it's going to be the reason for the Marvel Cinematic Universe moving the way that it is. And also, there's a What If television series, cartoon series, I think that's on Disney as well. So if you guys aren't on Disney, you're really missing out. I mean, whatever it costs a month, I have no idea, $12, I think, on top of your cable bill or your cell phone. You can put it on your cell phone. It's on my Android, my Galaxy phone. So you don't have to pay for cable. Then you can watch it on your cell phone, and then with an HDMI cable, you can plug it right into your television and literally watch it there, or watch it on your computer, or whatever it is that you watch it on. You don't. There's it's whatever it costs, and I don't know. It's like I think it's $12, and you get Hulu, and you get ESPN, all for that. It's well worth it. I can't imagine any one of us being, the fans that we are, not wanting to take advantage of that. I mean, if you go to a movie once a month, you're paying for that, and you've got so much. So it's almost like I'm almost getting to the point where I'm not going to have any pity for you if you're not paying for the Disney Channel and watching these shows, and we're just going to start talking about them. You know what I mean? It's going to be like, for real, $12. And that's a trip to Starbucks. And so the entertainment value that you get in there is just, I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say if you literally are passing on the Disney Channel at this point. I mean, obviously money's tight for everybody, but you don't need to have cable because you can put it right on your cell phone. Every one of us have a cell phone. I mean, little kids have cell phones nowadays, so should be able to get it on your phone. So with that said, I'm going to say next week we're just going to be talking about whatever happens to be on there. We may wait a week for a show to pass, just in case you didn't get a chance to watch it like on Wednesday. But Loki's done now. Loki's done. Scarlet Witch is done. Falcon and Winter Soldier's done. Let's see. Black Widow's been out for 2 weeks, right? 8, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, so 2 weeks. Normally we do a 2-week hiatus before talking about Black Widow. So if you guys want to talk about Black Widow, we can do that. If you haven't seen it, there's really nothing much to talk about. Because we already know she's dead. She died in Endgame. We know the new actress is carrying on the Black Widow line now in the future. I guess the only thing would be Julie Louis-Dreyfus, who is also in Falcon Winter Soldier, makes an appearance in Black Widow. And I don't know who she's supposed to be. I don't know who she is from the comics. I never really followed Captain America in the comics. Spider-Man I bought every single Spider-Man comic that there was. And the only time I had any real knowledge on the other characters was when there was a crossover. And then I may end up having to buy, the Spider-Man comic that month and the Captain America comic that month in order to get the story between the two characters. But I haven't even bought a comic in probably 20 years. So, yeah, I think the late 90s, 99 maybe was the last time I bought a Spider-Man comic, truthfully. So I've not even kept up in the comics with that. But so that's really what's to talk about in Black Widow. And Loki, oh my God, is actually a really good show. Very good show. I just watched the season again. It's only 6 episodes. Now we have to wait a whole year for it to come out again. Unless for whatever reason they decide to do one in 6 months. That would be neat. God, that would be neat. But because we're only doing 6 episodes. Each episode, I think, is 45 minutes or something to that effect. So that gives us essentially, though, a what is that? 1.5, 3, 4.5 hour movie. You can look at it that way. But I don't know, you guys got anything else? Let's wrap this up. It's been about 2 hours. I'm going to shut it down. Thanks very much for coming in. Like, subscribe, share. If you wish to donate, if you wish to tip me for my efforts, if you enjoy what it is that I'm doing and you want to show your gratitude towards me, send $1 my way. That'd be great. I would really appreciate that. It's nice to know that you guys that are Patreon contributors do that for me. It's really nice. I thank you very much. You guys are the backbone. You're amazing. I really appreciate that $1 a month. It's fantastic. It's www.patreon.com/Siri Emerald, all one word. SIRIEMERALD, no spaces, dashes, dots, or underlines. So, I guess I'm well enough. I haven't had a huge depression attack lately. So, maybe I'll start getting with the program and start what the hell is this? I'm looking in this Arnold, this M33 package here. And it comes with neck joints apparently. Or no, these are feet joints. Oh, okay, these are feet joints. I was like, wait a minute, it's just designed to go on like a head? And I was thinking, put it on the body. It's I think it's ankle extenders is what it is. I was, thinking on the neck, and I was like, well, what is this? And at first I thought it was Joy's outfit because it comes little black outfit, but then I recognized it as the M33 shorts. So this is for ankles, I imagine. Make the legs longer on the guys. That's what that is. Thanks, Jake. I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You guys too. I appreciate all the updates. Some of y'all send me stuff on occasion. I have a P.O. box if you really want to send me something. And I appreciate all that. I really do. I love every one of you guys. You guys are wonderful. My wife was dependent on you guys for keeping me sane after she left. She knew she was going to die sooner or later. And she was happy that I had a place to reach out to and vent. So thank you so much for you guys. And I think depression's been keeping me mucked up here a little bit. Some of these people talk about depression. They can't work, they can't eat, they can't sleep, they can't drink. And I feel sorry for some of you guys that are going through that bit of depression. But my golly, I'm going through it too. For real. So, I'll see you all later. I love you guys. See you next week. Bye.